Presidency has dismissed recent remarks by former Labour Party Vice Presidential candidate Dr. Yusuf Datti Baba-Ahmed, describing his prediction that President Bola Tinubu would lose the 2027 presidential election as baseless, illogical, and the product of political delusion. Responding through Sunday Diary, Special Advisor to the President on Public Communications and Media, the Presidency stated that Baba-Ahmed and other critics are individuals lost in the world of political theories who ignore the reality of Tinubu's growing strength, record of performance, and widespread support. In an interview with newsmen, Baba-Ahmed had advised Tinubu to throw in the towel and not seek re-election in 2027, arguing that Nigerians will demand genuine democracy and accountability at the polls. If he is that smart, everything is there to show that he is going to lose in 2027, Baba-Ahmed claimed, insisting that the APC has failed to address corruption and insecurity. Their time is up. However, the presidency pushed back forcefully, stating that such comments are not only premature, but reflective of political desperation. Again, I will not go further on this because we do not have much time. And I see the angle this was good.
Understand
all right, okay, let me continue. Well, listening to Yusuf Datti Baba-Ahmed is like enduring a torment of illogical logic, Sunday Diary said in a statement on Saturday. His arguments lack depth, context, and any serious understanding of Nigerian politics. He clearly underestimates the president's capacity, the strength of his mandate, and the direction in which the country is headed. Diary argued that Tinubu's administration has made tough but necessary decisions that are already yielding results, citing macroeconomic stability, reforms praised by international institutions, and a renewed drive for national productivity. Even the International Monetary Fund has acknowledged that President Tinubu's reforms have positioned Nigeria for more strongly in the face of global economic challenges, Diary noted. This is not the record of a government heading for defeat. It is the work of a leader laying the foundation for sustainable growth. I know you wouldn't wait for me to finish the story, actually, because this aligns with what you actually wanted to say before we begin this conversation today, talking about the presidency abroad, you know, not in Nigeria, considering the fact of the insecurity we are experiencing in some parts of the country today. Again, you're not just the only person. Well, the former vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Yusuf Baba-Ahmed, is also, you know, in the same line of thought with you, and he's saying that this is a sign that the president might lose his seat come 2027, or he is going to lose his seat come to 2027. I mean, lots of Nigerians have also made the same assertion. Again, what you make of the story? I know you. Well, what you would actually say.
Dare has said it all. He said that Datti Baba-Ahmed is underestimating the capacity and the strength and the office of the president.
The president has done so far.
No, his representation is not even, he has not started even enumerating what he has done. And that's what I said.
He made mention of the international bodies, you know, praising the reforms that Tinubu
there was a place he said that the person who made that statement has underestimated the capacity and the strength of the president in what he represents, the office of the president represents. And that is where I'm diving to. If we don't rejig the 2022 Electoral Act, what Derek said will come to pass, because we are not conducting elections in Nigeria. That is why somebody like him will use, you know, unseen, you know, all the policies of the president is playing in their minds. I don't know if you have heard NANS, the Nigerian Student Association, saying they are going on protest because of they said is the loan fund or what they are giving to students. How many of them have received it? And that majority of the banks and the vice chancellors are colluding to give it to their cronies. That is what you see when you make a policy, you don't follow it up.
Okay.
So we are promised LNCG cars, or is it LNG, the one that they will now use gas? CNG cars. Where is it? You said you will do this one. So that is why I keep saying that all those policies are still in the pipeline. I have not seen the light of the day, because it's not reflecting in the market forces, it's not reflecting in our feeding, it's not reflecting in the electricity. Like I was telling you that, look at the clothes I wanted to put on for Easter.
All right.
I took it to dry cleaner.
And
after doing that, there was no light. They cannot iron because if they want to use the generator to iron it, you pay much. So that is why I couldn't even put it on. Because for the last 3 days, we've not seen light in my area, but we just made our payments. So that is what an administration will be doing. Look at the killings everywhere. And the president is nowhere to be found. We have not made any statement. And you know, in their usual, when they are traveling, they don't transmit power. So even the vice president that is around is powerless. Remember, there was a time.
Are you saying that the president cannot rule from
No. You don't. How many times have Trump? In Senate clients, when the type of killing and the number of people that have died in Nigeria.
We are in the digital age now.
No,
if I
it is not this ruling.
Age
but
now.
You have forgotten that we are in the third world. Even people in the first world, immediately something happens. Even in an international committee of nations, their president excuse themselves and leave and go to where that is happening. Not to talk about a third world country. Do you know where they place us?
Well, he has a representative, that's the vice president.
But the vice president has no authorities to act because, like I said, the powers were not transmitted. So if you listen to what Dare said, was it Dare's picture that they put out there?
Yes.
They would have put also the pictures of Datti Baba-Ahmed because he is the person he's reacting to. Because if you are putting the picture of Baba, you should have even put the picture of Bola Tinubu because that's the person we are talking about.
Okay, well,
Sunday Dare, let me say this. Sunday Dare, was he not the person that was Minister of Sports?
Yes,
look at how Nigerians take positions. And now he's now from a minister to a special advisor or special assistant. What the deteriorating line of taking positions in Nigeria.
Okay, well,
that you see somebody who has served as a minister.
Okay.
Because this common money, this free money and free food that the Nigerian constitution has given to, politically exposed persons, they cannot do without it. If not for that, Victor, how can somebody who has served in the capacity of a minister take the position of a mere special assistant?
Well, Sunday Dare also he also cites microeconomic stability and IMF endorsement as evidence of Tinubu's strength. How credible these are? Have you heard of the international?
Can we go to another topic?
Endorses this. No, let's.
Please, I don't anything about Tinubu's policies.
No, you actually called for it.
Anything
when
about
you started the conversation, you actually wanted to talk about Tinubu, and now you're saying
anything about Tinubu's policies. I mean, policies that is not reflecting in the day-to-day improvement of life of an average Nigerian.
Okay,
it's not to be spoken about.
So are you saying that right now that the IMF have not in any way endorsed some of the policies made by the president?
See, if IMF or World Bank or whatever international organization endorsing, they're endorsing it for their own, so that they will be seen as they are doing something, they engage in something, because they are there to engage in those things. If any country or state pays their counterpart funding, they will go ahead and execute whatever project. But the question is this: how is it reflecting in the life of Nigerians? How is it reflecting in the market forces? How has it, brought down the pharmaceutical prices? How has it done a penta of Gary is still sold at 3,000? How many Nigerians can afford 3 square meal? How many Nigerians can afford basic, life necessities? How many Nigerians can eat an accurate, balanced diet that will even make them not to be malnourished? Look at the children that have been born today. Most of them are malnourished. Go to the hospitals. People are discharged in the hospital. They can't even pay their bills because the pharmaceuticals are. Look at people going to school. Like I've told you here, Victor, that in Senate clients, in even poorer countries, when schools are about to reopen, the educational materials are made affordable.
All right.
But in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. So if those policies have not reflected that I will be a witness, I'm not hearing it on news. I'm not reading it on the papers. I mean, what I'm saying is empirical evidence. What I can see empirically, and I can feel it. And I look at my neighbors. I look at people around me. It's reflecting. People are talking good about it. People are no longer complaining. That is when I will know that Bola Tinubu has come as the Nigerian president. But seeing what Dare is doing, what he's being paid for, and I'm not perturbed about it, because this is your stock in trade. All right. They only market their principles on paper.
They only market it on paper. I think I got that. Again, that brings me to my next question.
Yes.
I mean, you said they only market it on paper. Well, Yusuf Datti Baba-Ahmed is saying that Tinubu will lose come 2027. And now the presidency are, saying that's political delusion. They're describing it as political delusion. Now the question is, could you sense this, or do you see this as a strategic move to project confidence, or do you see this as a way of trying to hide the facts that they're trying to risk their people underestimating their power, or what the presidents have done?
APC is G3 of 2027 because Bola Tinubu is not performing. Remember that Muhammad Buhari didn't perform. Muhammad Buhari took us 30 years back. And Tinubu came. He has, for me, Ugochukwu Ifeanyi seated here. Bola Tinubu have not started governance. Remember that one of them said, one of the politically exposed people in Nigeria said, the reason why they brought Tinubu is to come and replicate. I think it was Erufai, or is it one of those people that have defected to SDP now? Maybe the name will come. That why they said let Tinubu go is what he did in Lagos. Okay. But he cannot replicate it in Nigeria. That they are not seeing anything. Right. So that their aim have been defeated. Okay. And if you're looking at it, they have been defeated. So Bola Ahmed, the only thing that can give Dare the impetus to be making such a bold statement is because we don't have an electoral act. We don't have electoral guideline where they sit down and doctor election results. But if it's in Nigeria that votes are counted, Bola Tinubu will not be talking about.
Well, let's see.
Will not be talking about 2027 when he has not performed.
Okay,
that is absolute rubbish.